we getting started. We getting started early. I thought I'd get the jump on you this time. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! Oh, gotta parry it. Oh, oh. That's a tap. I tap already. What's going on, my brother?
Not much, you?
What's going on? 20 people already here. 20 people.
Hello,
Movie
everybody.
Dojo Army. The badasses are here to represent. Is it really that bad? Let's see who's in the house. Yes. Boom. Let's get this crack-a-lackin'. Who is here? Who do we have up here? Jake Hall says, what's up, PhatSamuraiGuy? And Kyle.
Hey.
Gilbert, the legend in the house, Omegon 32. All right. Hit that like button. Or forever, knowing you've chosen the life of a burgle cut if you have not. That's right. Gilbert representing. All right. That's what we call trolls here on the channel. We call them burgle cuts.
Burgle cuts. Okay.
Did you ever see Willow?
Okay. Everyone's going to hate me. Nope.
It's all good. It's a great fantasy flick from the 80s. Though. Yeah. We got Samuel Guzman in the house. Las Voorhees, Child, Kelly Kells. That's right. Asian movie enthusiasts. Oh, shit.
Eric.
Legends here. All right. Las Voorhees, Child. All right. I love food, as we do all. And John Martinez in the house. What's going up? V13. Oh, the sexy sumo in the house. All the badasses are here on today's episode. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday, Movie Dojo Army. Kyle, how have you been, my brother? What have you been up to?
I'm doing all right. It's been a busy weekend, and I believe it's been busy for you. And I want to apologize for last week, so I didn't get to do this. I saw someone say in the comments who's been farting. So I gotta say, my chair right now, every time I move, I hear this weird kind of motion of farting. So it was not me farting. It's definitely the chair. Okay. If you do see me like doing like this weird like, oh god, and that's my chair, guys. I know it's not a great chair.
I was gonna take the hit for you. I was gonna say, oh, it was me. You know, I did it. You know, I dealt it.
No. I gotta make you look good on your own show here. I'm taking responsibility. Most people don't take responsibility, and I'm taking responsibility.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, you're sexy sumo. Thanks for clarifying.
All good. It's all good.
Oh,
how have you been, man? You've been a busy all weekend.
I know. I know. What did you say earlier? Like, do I sleep? I don't sleep. That's it. I just stay up. That's it. I've been awake for 5 days straight. No, I'm just kidding. Check this out. Just came in the mail today, Movie Dojo Army and Kyle. The brand new Dread 4K Steelbook.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to do an unboxing video on it, but I was just like, it's kind of a week late, so it's kind of pointless. But 4K Steelbook, look at this beauty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just how it has a beautiful, markings like the original comics also implies.
Baskin. Look at this. On the back, baby. I am the law. Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Woo! Yeah. And his artwork on the inside, too.
Oh, God. Yeah. They know how to do their steelbooks. And that's what I say right now. If I ever get a divorce from a wife, she can have the kids, the money, everything. But that woman ain't getting my steelbooks. No one's taking my steelbooks from me. I can live off whatever else. They ain't getting my steelbooks.
I'm keeping all my movies, goddammit. All my steelbooks. Oh, man. That's so funny.
Movie is life.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us, the Movie Dojo Army hanging out. And also this Thursday, too, which we'll get to. We'll segue to that at the end of the video. Asian movie enthusiast says he's drinking Founders Harvest Ale. Eric, I would have invited you tonight as well, but I don't want to burn you out, my friend. We'll get Eric Thursday. I don't want to burn him out and have him in every single video. Poor guy. I'm torturing the guy. Well, I'm drinking water, Eric. How you like that, huh?
I'm drinking green tea and water.
Yeah. Healthy. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
All right, here we go. It's judgment time.
Yeah.
Alexis What's going on? Welcome. Nate Dogg in the house. All right.
How's it going, guys?
All right. We are here to talk about Paradox, a.k.a. Killzone 3. Why are they calling it that? That is a horrible title over here for Killzone 3. It has nothing to do with Killzone.
No, not the video game. Nothing at all. Like,
yes.
The fact that when it was released by Dragon Dynasty back at the time, they just decided to call it Killzone. And I'm like, weird. Like, why call it that? So
yeah, why?
So I guess it's story time.
Yeah. It's like the only real connection is they have the same director. Directed by Wilson Yip. And we'll go ahead and get into our likes and dislikes about the film. I got some bootleg notes over here. We can kind of go through it. But I know what you're asking, Movie Dojo Army, if you're unaware, why we picked Paradox. And the thing is we kind of didn't at first. We kind of I don't know, we were talking about something, and we kind of came across the rating for Paradox. I think I was looking for the rating on Rotten Tomatoes for something else. And then I saw like, oh, Paradox is down here. And I was confused. And I clicked on it. And we were kind of blown away by how insanely ridiculously low the rating is for the audience.
Yeah.
We were like, whoa, this is nuts. So we were like, man, we got to talk about this. And I've only seen this movie once. It's been a long time, so this is perfect opportunity to revisit it with you and talk about it today on the channel, which is what we love to do. But usually it's always the other way around, you know? Like the critics destroy a movie, and we're like, all right, let's take a look at it. Let's find out why the critics destroy it.
Yeah.
Either they're full of shit, or no, it's that movie's that bad, right?
Yeah.
But this time around, it's the audience. And I did a Movie Dojo poll that you guys have voted on the community page, on the YouTube community page channel, and on that PhatSamuraiGuy group page. Not that many votes over there, but mostly on the community page. And it's the same over there, but I'll show it in detail at the end. We'll save some suspense a little bit. We'll save some little bit of suspense. And I was kind of like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, before I rewatched it again, I was thinking about it like, why is the audience rating so low? And then it hit me. Oh, shit, I think I know why.
Yeah.
And then I thought about something else. Okay, that also. I came up with one more thing. Yup, that's probably why the audience hates this movie. But we're here to talk about our experiences with it. But, you know, to be fair, I will show the Movie Dojo Army post at the end, too. So we get so everybody can check it out. So, Paradox came out in 2017, directed by Wilson Yip. And you could talk about who's in it and maybe a brief plot synopsis, and then we'll just go right into it.
Oh, definitely. So basically, Louis Koo plays the main character, Lee Chung-chi, who his daughter visits Thailand and then gets kidnapped. So he goes to travel all the way to Thailand to retrieve her, only to find out that she is taken into an organ trafficking ring with the help of Woo Yu, who plays Kit, a Thailand cop. They try and find out who actually has her, while Gordon Lam plays the mayor's assistant, who is behind the organ trafficking. So it's a race against time. And basically, let's say that it's basically a Hong Kong version of Taken, but better.
Right.
Which
I'm sure everyone here will probably disagree with. Which we'll get into why.
Yeah. And
you know,
I gotta go into like the whole delve deep of like the whole history of this whole trilogy, because it's always like story time with me.
We can. This is why we're here.
Yeah.
Spoilers, chat. Just a quick reminder, spoilers. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So the reason why like these movies are all in a so-called trilogy right now. So it always started back in 2005 with SPL. I'm not going to call it Killzone because it's always been called SPL to me.
Yeah.
So this was made into a response with Donnie Yen saying to Tony Jaa that it's like, okay, Thailand's making action like this. We can make Hong Kong action better again.
Yeah.
And originally this film had no like action scenes. And when Donnie Yen finally came aboard, he put 2 action scenes together, and which is basically the what's it called? the most memorable two fight scenes, the
Oh, yeah.
alley fight scene
It's
and this
phenomenal.
fight scene.
It's phenomenal.
Exactly. And all I could say is the title, SPL, it states in the beginning of the film that it's based off of 3 Cantonese astrological stars. So you have the S star, which is 7 killings, the Po star, which is the army breaker, and then the L star, which is the greedy wolf. And as I'm here's the thing about Asian films, they're very deep into their themes, really deep into their themes. So almost every character in the first film represent each of those stars, and then if these 3 stars were to come together, they would create chaos. So that's what happens in this first film. And I looked at it, I was like, that's pretty interesting. And then when we all wanted a sequel, which here's the thing, they all wanted Sammo Hung back into it. They wanted Wu Jing back into it. And there was like talk of whether or not Don Yuan would be back into it, but spoiler alert.
Yeah, can't have that. Yeah.
Like, how are those people supposed to be back?
Yeah. It was all a dream. The whole end finale was all a dream. There
exactly. So, come to 10 years later, finally they make SPL2 with Wu Jing, but no Sammo Hung, but with Tony Jaa and Max Zhang. And the story there is like, it feels like a blockbuster. So if you look at these 2 films together, there's a complete contrast of like what was SPL made to be like, while this one was made almost like a blockbuster, a Chinese blockbuster. Right. And you could tell like how grimy and crazy everything was. But not only that, this one was directed by a different director, not by the same director, Wilson Yip. It was directed by Soi Chung. And the thing was, when Soi Chung talked about it, he said that he wanted to make his own version of SPL. And then you actually see it, and it's just like, okay, we could see the grandiose scale of like everything.
He failed.
Yeah.
He failed.
And it doesn't capture the same feel as SPL1.
No.
And then, once we got to Paradox, so originally it did not have the SPL title. It was like all like marketed as just Paradox.
Right.
And then when Wilson Yip like said, you know what, this feels like a chapter in the SPL series. So Tony Jaa is in it for only 5 minutes, and that's probably why most people said, "No, this movie's horrible."
It's one of the big ones, yeah, which we'll get to.
But we do have Louis Koo, who's basically like the Matthew McConaughey of Hong Kong.
Oh, okay.
You look at this guy; he's in nothing but romantic comedies in Hong Kong.
Right.
But when he's in like hardcore like triad films, he's very serious, and there's like rumors that he was an actual triad enforcer himself, so he really can play the role.
Yeah.
And you have Sammo Hung doing the action directing, so you could tell this is like, yes, Eric, Louis Koo is in everything. We cannot escape him. But having Sammo Hung bring his own brutality with his own like style of the action directing, it really brings that type of level of realism and everything else. Whereas compared to SPL2, it was just very hinge-worthy. And when you look at this one, you kind of think like, why didn't Wilson Yip actually do his own SPL2? And this is really his own SPL2. And if you really go into deep with the title itself, it means greedy wolf. So it does fit like the same kind of theme of it all, where everything just works out that way, and like it takes it back to that kind of grimy feel.
He literally is Hong Kong.
I would agree with that.
All right. Cool. Thanks for that. There we go. SPL2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
Sumo's but no, thanks for breaking that down. That was great. Great history for the Movie Dojo Army that is unaware of all this too.
Yeah.
Story time with Kyle Wong.
Story time. You enjoy the stories.
yes, we do. But you know, I reviewed SPL2 on the Movie Dojo many years ago, and I had my issues with it.
Yes.
And some things really was frustrating to me. The action was well done. The end fight at the end, the 3-way dance at the end, was the best fight in the movie. But every time, what's your name? Is it Max Zhang? Zhang? Max Zhang.
Max,
right?
yeah.
Every time he was flying around, it kept taking me out of the fucking fight.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it. So, is it entertaining? Can you watch it? I mean, I bought it. I mean, can you watch it and be entertained by it? Sure.
Yes.
But in my opinion, even though it has more fighting and more action than the first SPL,
yes,
it doesn't even come close. And even that end fight scene, as good as it is,
yes,
still not as good as the 2 fight scenes at the end of first Killzone or SPL.
Exactly.
In my opinion, I thought it kind of fell flat.
Mm-hmm.
But you could still watch it. You could still enjoy it. So
yes.
So let's go ahead and get over to Paradox now. So I remember when this first came out. He says, "Do we hate wire work? We love wire work when it's done right.
It's done right. Exactly.
When it's done right. We're big fans of the Wu Jiao films. We love Once Upon a Time in China 1 and 2. Huge fans of that. Tai Chi Master, Iron Monkey. We're huge fans of that. But when it's a modern day movie and the whole entire fight is grounded,
and
then all of a sudden, the guy, Max Zhang's in the air going, "Except it's broken." He's doing Street Fighter shit. It's like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from?
Exactly.
It's got to be done right and sparingly now if you're doing a modern day grounded fight.
Yes. Exactly.
It's got to be, you got to use it in the right way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Can you imagine watching The Raid and at the end of The Raid,
flying in the air.
Mad Dog spinning like this out of nowhere? It'd take you out of the fight. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Head smashing against the ceiling and then to the ground and then on the walls all over the place. I was just like, okay, what?
Yeah. But like I said, it's got to be a good balance. Even with Wu Jiao, the genre.
Yes.
If they're flying around the entire movie and we don't get any good type of sword fighting or grounded fight choreography mixed in with real technique, then even that gets old.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you got to have a good
balance of choreography and the wire work, but it has to serve purpose to the story.
Right.
Above all.
Right. Oh, here we go. This is my shit right here. Sexy Sumo finally came across and watched my favorite old school kung fu movie. Nice. Diagram Pole Fighter was really good. That end fight was freaking dope. See, that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about. There's your example right there.
Exactly.
There what did you think of this movie? This one?
Wow. Paradox, right? Just to be sure, right?
No, the Butterfly Sword and Deadful Butterfly Sword and Deadful Melody. Have you seen those 2 movies?
I have not seen that yet. No.
Deadful Melody had Yuan Biao in that, and Bridget Lin, I think. And Butterfly Sword was Donnie Yen and Michelle Yeoh. I'm sure it's on your list.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's on your list. But yeah, if you're Wu Jiao fans, you'll probably like those movies.
Nice.
But yeah, back to Paradox. So I remember coming across the poster artwork. I was like, oh, Tony Jaa's in another martial arts flick. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's from the director of Killzone. I like Wilson Yip.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a lot of flack right now. Yes, I enjoyed Swordsman. Did you see Swordsman? Yeah, Swordsman was good.
Yes.
I'm going to get a lot of flack for this right now. Movie Dojo Army, I love you. Okay? Don't hate me. Don't hate me too much. Okay? I enjoyed Paradox in terms of Wilson Yip's movies. I enjoyed Paradox over all 3 Ip Man movies.
I'm standing by him.
I'm sorry.
I'm standing
sorry.
by him.
The first Ip Man is a fucking classic. It's legendary. I love it. Ip Man 2, 3, and 4, entertaining. I love watching those just for fun. But in terms of overall movies, they're the same fucking movie all over again.
Yep.
Okay? Paradox, I was like, holy shit, did that just happen? Constantly asking this throughout the movie. Dude, did that just fucking happen?
Exactly.
Especially when you get to the ending. I'm like, wow, that just happened.
Exactly.
Popcorn entertainment, we're all there. As long as it scratches the itch, right?
Yes,
we're all there,
exactly.
Right? If they made Ip Man 35, I'm sure we'll watch it, right?
Get a Robo Yip on.
But, right? But once in a while, it's nice to get something different Once in a while, it's nice to see directors take chances and take risks.
Oh yeah.
And it's nice to see that once in a while. And it's nice to see once in a while, like, stuff you don't expect. You know, it's like, oh my God, did that fucking just happen? But we're going to get into it. And I'm pretty sure we're going to break down why everybody hates this movie. And I kind of understand. I get it. But we're just talking from personal preference right here.
Exactly.
Here we go. We got, Ed said, Ip Man 4 was a letdown. There you go. So, like I said, they're entertaining popcorn movies, right?
Yeah.
And coming soon, Ip Man 35 retirement. But we're going to get to it. All right, here we go. All right, so we have the opening to the film. It's all relationships, right? We set up the relationships between Choi Kit's character and his wife, and she's pregnant, and then we have Louis Koo and his daughter.
Yes,
we have moments, very good somber light music to kind of set the tone of the movie. The music in this movie is fantastic.
Oh God, you feel it. You really feel the music.
You feel it,
and it fits so well.
Yeah, and, we can have the popcorn movies, we can have the ridiculous over-the-top body count and gore, because that's what I like. I love that shit, right? But sometimes it's good to have movies with emotional content, as Bruce Lee said in Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, like you mentioned before, let's go ahead. So, again, spoilers, guys. So, right in the beginning... we're fast forwarding now. His daughter was 19, I think.
19 at least.
Right. Okay.
18 or 19, maybe 17, because she had that boyfriend. So because the boyfriend was a bit older.
Yeah, and the hilarious thing about it was fucked up, but any dad in that position would have did the same fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so basically she meets with her dad. It's like her birthday or something like that.
It was her birthday.
She meets with her dad in the restaurant, and her boyfriend shows up talking about they're gonna get married, and she's pregnant, and she wants the baby and all that. And the dad goes, he's a police officer, Louis Koo's police officer. He goes, oh, that's nice. Hold on one second,
Get this fucker. Get this fucker.
Cops come in, they arrest him for
like having sex with an underage minor. And it's just like, whoa. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah, because it's fucked up, but hey, any dad who's a police officer in that position had a whole unit under him.
Exactly.
We did the same fucking thing, right? So she's pissed off about this. She's depressed, and she just basically is excluding herself from her dad, pretty much from that point on. And so, hold on a second. Let me borrow this trilogy so I can check it out. Of course, man, you ain't seen Killzone? Oh my God,
it's time. It's time.
It's marathon at my house. Anyway, but yeah, let's get back to it here. Yeah. So. She's like, fuck this, I'm out. So she ends up trying to distance herself from her dad. She goes out to Thailand, visits her girlfriend over there. She's a tattoo artist. She wants to get a tattoo, and then she gets unfortunately gets kidnapped.
Yes.
And word gets out to the father, and he shows up, and nobody really knows what's going on. They even introduce like kind of a red herring.
Yeah.
Guy who he's seen following her on camera.
Oh, yeah.
And then Koo's like tries to beat the shit out of him, but he's just a pervert, just taking photos of her, and that's it.
And what I will say about this film compared to Taken, so Louis Koo is not like Liam Neeson at all in this film.
No, he's
just a normal police officer, and he's working with a local police officer to try and find out. And like Preston said, that there's a lot of red herrings, but this is real. This is really real, where it's like they can't just find this clue and then they go right to it. This is actually realistic, where maybe this is a lead, then the lead leads nowhere, because that's how it is for real. And that's what I liked about this film, was everything was as realistic, minus certain scenes we'll get into later. But this was as real.
Yeah, the movie. There's something about the film that feels real, especially when you get to the end.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you compare it to Killzone 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yep. A time for Electric Boogaloo. A time for Electric Boogaloo.
Right. So our boy Ken Lo. It's always good seeing Ken Lo.
Yeah,
he
Ken
plays
Lo.
He plays a very despicable, unlikable character in this movie. But
Yeah.
he's an actor.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know who Ken Lo is, just remember the badass kicker at the end of Legend of Drunken Master or Drunken Master 2.
Master 2.
Yeah.
Guy could kick. Guy
It's
could
insane.
kick.
It's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah. So he's in this film as well as one of the officers. So let's see here. All right. Just trying to catch up on the notes here. All right. So Tony Jaa enters the precinct. And it's kind of weird because it's like, it's almost like the movie introduces him, that he introduces his character as if he kind of has a little bit of a sixth sense.
Yeah.
Because he touches the dad and he's like,
there's something going to be bad.
Something bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if they really needed to introduce that because of what happens later. I think that maybe that was kind of pointless. What do you think? I mean, we're being honest. We're being honest.
Like, when I first watched it, I think that's probably one of the things that is a slight drawback to the film. But at the same time, knowing like how religious, and I'm not saying overly religious, but you do see like Thailand is very religious with their Buddhism and everything else, especially how Tony Jaa took his exile to be a Buddhist too. So putting that type of aspect for him and then telling that to Kit, Wu Yu's character, it's kind of interesting to see that. But at least they did not like just say, here's this thing, and then we don't talk about it ever again. They actually bring it back where Tony Jaa mentions it to Wu Yu, like that guy from Hong Kong. Yeah, you should stay away from him. And it was just that. It was just that. And Wu Yu just asked him like, "Is that one of your premonitions?" And all he says is like, I'm just saying, just stay away from him. And the thing is, like, they don't have to go into it. It's just okay. That one thing, we don't have to throw it away. Let's just say it right here. And it's like simple as that. And that's why I say like this film's like just spot on small little things. But whether or not it could do without it, I was like, it could do without it. Yeah. Realistically,
it could, but it didn't hurt. It being there didn't hurt the movie.
Yeah,
right. I just thought maybe he would have did a little bit more than that before whatever eventually happens to him later. But let's see here. So at this point, they're coming across more dead bodies. They're taking them around, the dad around. They try to identify, see if that's his daughter, and it's not. And then you have a really good emotional scene where, you know, the newscast is there, and he has his daughter's face on a cell phone, and he's like on his knees begging, you know, please help me. Anyone seen her? Please help me, and let the police know. Let us know what's going on. You know, very, very, very good scene there. Very, very heartfelt, very emotional. After that, let's see. Another very emotional flashback of what happened to the mother.
Yes.
You go ahead. You want to explain that?
So we never see the mother until this one flashback where the daughter is literally a child still, and they're driving home with the mother, and they're all talking about family things, and then a car hits them, and the mother dies. Yeah. So he's literally a single father, like raising his daughter, and especially like you have that weight along with, I don't know, should we spoil this slight portion of like? Sure. So after he actually arrests the boyfriend from the daughter, he forced her to get an abortion for the baby. Right. So that's why she's depressed and everything else. But you see this whole emotional weight carry with Louis Koo's character, because it's not only like he's just getting his daughter back because that's the sake of it. He actually feels really fucking guilty throughout the whole film. Yeah. Like, especially like this is like him driving her away. And in an Asian culture too, like you never hear that from your family. Like fathers never say certain like emotional or sentimental things to their children at times. It's like very foreign most of the time. And this one was like, you see it, but it resonates to a lot of parents and a lot of children that actually felt that. And but they understand like this is how far a parent would go for their child no matter what. And once we get into that spoiler territory of what happens, like this is where it's like really resonating in that sense that this father will actually go to the ends of the earth to make sure that his daughter's safe. Right.
This actor right here,
Gordon Lamb,
has he ever played a good guy?
Oh God, that is a good question because you have an Infernal Affairs. Okay, he was a bad guy. Yip Man one.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's been a while.
No, he's always like a slimy, smarmy character, and I feel bad for him. Like, but he's good at playing it.
He's good at it.
Yeah.
It gets his foot in the door, which is fine,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, the mayor needs a heart transplant, and this guy is going to be like, all right, I know some peeps that know some peeps. We're going to get that taken care of. And what was interesting though was he met with I can't pronounce his name, but the actor that was in Only God Forgives.
Yes, the police captain.
Good actor, that guy.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce. Yeah, I'm not
don't
even going to try to pronounce his name.
But he plays the father-in-law of Wu Yu's character because he's a police captain and they have a close bond, and it's interesting to see like that dynamic play out too, because you have Wu Yu's character being like a righteous cop helping Louis Koo, but when his father-in-law is like saying, "Yeah, I'm hearing it from the higher ups, leave it alone, leave it alone."
Yeah,
and it's just
he tells them, "You need to keep your son-in-law in check. Get him off the case. Get him off the case." That was crazy too. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Wow." And then we have a scene where Ken Lo picks up. We have scenes throughout where Louis Koo's going around asking girls and people in the area, "Have you seen my daughter? Have you seen my daughter?" And he comes across this prostitute, and she just wants to get him. They make money, and he's just leaves her alone. Or Ken Lo picks up, picks up a prostitute, does some horrible things to her. I was like,
very
Jesus
horrible
Christ.
things. And that's what I like about this film is the fact that even small side characters are very they're integral to the plot. Whereas it's just so different that, or not even different, like even in an SPL2, there was all these characters were just made to just, all right, we're doing this and that's it. Whereas here, every character, even small parts, had an integral portion to the part where even the cabbie, that has footage, and next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm sending this footage to the police station, and then next thing you know, someone erased it and they don't know who, and then Wu Yu's character has to go find where the source is, and when he finds it, already the bad guys are like, yeah, give us the footage. And it's just like, okay, that's actually pretty good. There was almost no loose ends in this film.
Right. So Travis thinks this movie's very underrated. He likes the cast, well acted. Gordon Loom was brilliant in it. So me, you, and Travis are the only people in the entire universe that like this movie.
You're awesome, Travis. You're really awesome, honestly.
Oh man, I'm just having fun now. But yeah, he does some horrible things to the prostitute, and she's like, you know what? Fuck this dude.
Yeah.
She actually does know where the daughter, or at least she's seen where she's been taken to.
Yeah.
So she meets up with Louis Koo and be like, look, this is what's going on. I'm trying to remember his name. Do you remember his name? Is Bon. His name is Bon.
Yes.
Ken Lo's name. Character. Yeah. So I love that scene where Louis Koo calls
they're
Bon.
In the car.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there, and he's just looking out the window, and Ken Lo's just like, well, what's out here? What's out here? And then he's just looking around, and he's just Louis Koo's character is just staring dead at him, and Ken Lo's just like, "What? Who told you?" And just basically outing himself until you see the prostitute come by, and
then he knows he's fucked.
Yeah,
and then Louis Koo grabs his head and smashes up against the windshield. I was like, yeah, that was great.
That was beautiful tension. No music, nothing. Beautifully well acted. Rising tension, just subtle and everything. And it didn't need any more than that. That's why.
Good acting from Ken too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who's mostly just known for an action guy.
Mostly action, stuntman, and just being former Jackie Chan's bodyguard.
Pretty much,
And the fact that him to get a role in SPL2 and then also Special ID, but this one right. But here it's he actually shows his acting range as much as we always see him doing this kind of role.
Yeah,
he really plays this role to the point where he's really has no redeeming factor, and he does get his comeuppance.
Oh, it's great.
Especially when Louis Koo's interrogating him, and I'm just like, yes,
That's one of the best scenes in the movie.
I know, right?
He's beats the shit out of him first.
With us,
and then,
beats the shit out of him, grabs a sledgehammer, doing like, okay, I'm blindfolding myself. All right, you're gonna tell me I don't care where. He's just wildly hitting with a sledgehammer, blindfolded. I'm like, that is fucking hardcore.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah,
it's really great.
Finally gets led to the apartment complex, but no one's in there, obviously. And then they find, I mean, not the apartment complex, I'm just at the hideout where they kept the daughter, and he finds the bracelet. It was the bracelet, right? It was a necklace or a bracelet he found? I think it was a bracelet. He found that,
finds
right?
the bracelet that he gave her, and he finds the bracelet that he gave her, and it was like just those, and that's what I like about this film too. Is leading up to that, they literally crashed into each other, and she's like right there in the car with Gordon Lamb, while he's in the car with Ken Lo, and then you have Wu Yu's character driving by with a bunch of cops, and then another set of cops are just like, all right, who caused this accident? And both of them are like fighting something. They're just like, they're like, oh shit. And I'm just like, oh, come on. Just go.
His daughter's right there in the other vehicle that he just hit, but he doesn't know. Yeah. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And now, let's see here. Don't forget the cell phone sequence too. Oh yeah, the cell phone sequence. Well, that comes after the apartment complex. So we're about to talk about a fucking amazing badass action sequence here, where it's either gonna make you or break you. But we get some badass, you know, I mean, they're doing their investigation thing, and the villains are there that are, you know, involved in human trafficking. Yes. And we have our boy here. What do you call him? What's his name? Kit? We call him Kit.
Yeah, Kit.
This character of Kit here. Him and Tony Jaa show up, and it's just badass fight in this apartment complex, man. Like, really good fight.
Yes.
Hold on, I think this might be it. Is this the clip here? Nope, that's all right.
That's
for later. We're saving that for later.
Yep.
But yeah, and is it me, or even though he was in this movie for like 5 seconds, Tony Jaa in this movie was filmed to perfection. His movements were really good. He looked like a superstar.
Yes.
In this. Because I've seen Tony Jaa since in other movies doing his whole cameo thing.
Yeah.
And he's okay.
Yeah.
We still love him. He's a badass. But he's okay. You know? Yeah. Like, I thought, I mean, he's in the entire movie of Triple Threat. But I thought in this movie, even though he's only in this movie for 5 seconds, I thought his movements and how his action was filmed, I was like, this is how this superstar should be shown. Framed.
Yeah.
Right. And even in Master Z, I didn't like his fights were okay.
Yeah. It was like almost underutilizing him, whereas like Sammo Hung will like here's the thing, Sammo Hung knows how to utilize his actors, and
that's what it is.
Because he had like let's go back to Dragons Forever when he had Jackie Chan and Yen Biao. I'm using that as a good example. As much as we have Lucky Stars, this one was more or less like he utilized both Jackie and Yen Biao to their full potential. So knowing what he knows about Tony Jaa, he said like, okay, I know what you could do. We're going to have you do what you do. Chris Collins, who plays the villain Sasha, who they're after, he like him being like Wing Chun and Jiu-Jitsu and everything else, a former U.S. ex-Marine now living in Hong Kong, like he knows his stuff too, and both of them like collaborating together on this, and Sammo Hung being behind it. They knew exactly how to make this fight look and how to utilize every aspect to their full potential, and that's what made it really interesting, that you felt every hit and felt every kind of motion in front of the camera, and that's what like I like it that's what we finally get to see Tony Jaa, and then I don't like it the sense of like borderlines into this weird territory, because once we get to the end of that specific fight, I'm just like I go like it's a hit. Bollywood territory.
Yeah. Oh, with him falling?
Yeah, with him falling. And a slight weird wire work.
A little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a little wonky. I admit that. Even him falling was a little wonky.
Yeah.
But Sasha was fucking badass.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at him at first, you're like, who is this douchebag?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he looks like just this regular minion to a better villain.
Exactly.
But he can move, this guy.
Oh,
and as soon as Tony, he's so badass. As soon as Tony Jaa shows up, he dismantles Tony Jaa's gun.
And
it's fucking nuts, man.
Away. Yeah.
Dude, the heroes do that shit, not the villains.
The villains.
Tony Jaa got him at gunpoint, and he just like, there's your gun.
Out of the way.
I was like, holy fuck. But yeah, dude, their fight was, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the movement, the camera movement. Look at this. This is the Tony Jaa we need to see. This is the Tony Jaa we need. But yeah, their fight was dope.
Yeah.
You know, we got an extra couple knees in here because there's Tony Jaa fans watching. The fight on the rooftop was great. And the fight inside the apartment complex was fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, the last thing I was expecting happened, which we're going to talk about right now.
Yes.
Especially when he knocks Sasha over. Sasha almost falls over the building. He grabs Sasha
by the dick. He came with the old dick twist as he's falling over.
Grabs him by the dick. I guess Sasha's packing, right? And pulls him back up. And then when he pulls him back up, all the little kids on the side are cheering. They're like, yeah. So what you expect to happen next doesn't... Well, what happens next, you don't expect it at all.
Yeah.
Because usually you're like, okay, he got the bad guy, the kids are cheering. Like, oh no, this is Paradox, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So he gets away from Tony, grabs a kid as a hostage, throws him over there. Tony uses Superman skills, catches the kid. Saves the kid, but on his way back up, he gets kicked off the building. And the way, the wire work, him falling was wonky.
Very wonky.
They didn't need that. But it kind of, the wire work being wonky as he fell, kind of was making me, kind of in a way, was giving me hope that he was going to catch something.
Yeah.
Because the way it was, nope, splat. And two things happen. Two things could either happen with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you could be like watching it going, holy fucking shit, did that just fucking happen? Yeah. Oh my God. Wow, I got to keep watching to see what happens now. Mm. The second thing is everybody else in the world, well, fuck this movie.
And that is what I think most people probably did because, like, Tony Jaa's not in this? Fuck this movie. And it's just like... Okay, everybody, you do realize he was only in it for like this many amount of times. That's not the story. God. Here's what I also forgot about mentioning about all three of these films. And if you really watch them all closely, they have like these three motifs, not just a theme. Yeah. So like in the first film, you have a baton fight, and then you have a big fight, and then not only that, someone has to fall out of a window. Look at the second one. You have a baton fight, a big ass fight, and then someone falls out of a window. This one, non-real.
In a way, they built your hope. Then when nope, this is the real world. LOL. This is hilarious.
Exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, he straight up just jobbed.
Yep.
The great Tony Jaa jobbed. So I was even now. Obviously, we're action martial arts movie junkies, man. Of course, we would love more Tony Jaa. Of course, right? And of course, we would have loved Tony Jaa at the end, helping fight with Lewis against the bad guys. Of course, we would have loved all that stuff up, and we probably still would have enjoyed the movie. But again, I kind of like the fact that the movie, the director's taking risks here. Like this doesn't happen.
No.
Imagine watching Killzone. Donnie Yen doesn't make it past the alleyway.
No.
Imagine that.
That would have been a very short film, and you have Simon Yam basically eviscerated right there.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine? I mean, so it's like I was in shock that it happened, but then I was actually more fascinated, believe it or not. Everybody's different. Yeah, I understand if you guys did the middle finger and fuck, like fuck this. I get it. I totally get it. But I was actually more fascinated. I was like, dude, how is this movie going to end now? Holy shit!
Yeah, because
and I'd rather have Tony Jaa be in a small role in a good movie.
Yeah.
Than Tony Jaa being the entire movie, and the movie's fucking garbage. I thought you were gonna say like Triple X or
I don't want to talk about that.
Triple Threat.
Fucking Triple X. Return of Xander Cage. That shit was written by a 13-year-old. Yeah, let's make this one. I'm like, no, this is horrible.
I'm fired.
A little side note: when I saw that in theaters with a friend. My friend just looked at me and said, at least Don Yen was good in it. I took off my 3D glasses and I just broke it in half. I was like, fuck this movie in the theater. And then everyone's looking at me like, fuck this movie. Fuck all of you for liking this movie.
Wait, that movie was in 3D?
Yes.
I don't remember that being advertised in 3D out here. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm always honest. I'm always honest on the channel. But me and Lady Fat Blood, it's kind of our guilty pleasure. Like we know it's shit, but something about it we actually was entertained by. We know it's garbage though. We know it's we call it good trash, but we get it. We get it. He said, even then, it's not even worthy for good trash, huh?
No, not for me. Like, I still haven't watched it ever since I saw it in theater. If I ever had to, like, break my 3D glasses in a theater and say fuck you to people in the audience, I have been like, man, I'm never going to see another film like that ever again. Because for me to actually do that in person, and one of my best friends sitting there like, yeah, Donnie Yen was good at it. Like, and he was really trying to reach me, go like, hey, Donnie Yen was good in it. And I'm just looking at him. I had like 3D glasses, like, look at him.
See, what are you gonna get? You get Tony Jaa in a really badass fight sequence, and then he just dies early, or we get him doing Michael Jackson out through triple X. You know?
Oh god, that movie.
Oh, this is hilarious. Oh man. But yeah, I was like, holy fuck, did that just happen? He's dead. Holy shit. But let's see here. Let's see. So now finally, Kit has that conversation with his father-in-law.
Yes.
And he's like, you need to fuck off. You need to stop. I know you're trying to be a good,
whatnot. Like doing the right thing, but...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's some good moments in Triple Threat in terms of fighting. In terms of fan service, it's in there. But
just wish it was lit better.
It's still not as good as everybody wanted it to be. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what we got here now. Okay, now we're getting into the raid here at the end. So now basically they have the orders. Well, okay, here, this is what we got to get rid of this Louis Koo guy. Okay, first we need to get rid of the evidence.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna raid. Kit and his father-in-law are gonna get the team together. They're gonna just raid the human trafficking building that they been doing business with. Yes. We're gonna raid it. Everyone's gonna get fucking killed, and that's it. And then we're good, right? No one's gonna know about anything. So they raid it, but before they actually go in, Kit sees Louis Koo's character go in first.
Yeah.
And he finds out the whereabouts because he has the cell phone of Bond, Ken Lo.
Yeah.
And he has the prostitute character call the different numbers, and that's how they find out where the hideout is. And this end action finale is phenomenal.
Like
it is phenomenal.
Like 10 minutes, I think. 10 minutes of just Louis Koo one-manning it as best as he can, and then Kit coming in right after. It's
now I did notice some quick cut editing for when Louis Koo was doing his throwdown fighting at the end.
Yeah,
and I was assuming the reason why there was some quick cut editing is probably Louis Koo is not, the action is not, and martial arts is not really his thing.
Yeah, and that is basically the thing. Like I said, he's like the Matthew McConaughey Hong Kong. Like Pretty Boy doing all the romantic
Right.
comedies, and then whenever he does a serious role, he does a serious role. Here, it's like you could see him in certain shots holding his breath because he's not. You're supposed to breathe while throwing hits, but
Right.
like the fact that the quick cuts are not as jarring as most films taken. Um,
Yeah,
like
like you could tell they're there
yeah,
to help him out, but
exactly.
it's not done too much to the point where you're like, okay, fuck this. This is
Yeah.
horrible. You know, like you said, Taken
Yes.
2, even worse. It's not like
Taken.
Taken. It's not like Taken 2 bad.
Yes.
And you can tell he's busting his ass though in some of the fights.
He's
Like
really
he's trying.
guessing. And the fact that he actually trained with Sammo Hung to
Yeah.
like get into the proper
Mhm.
fighting shape and the
Yeah.
fighting movements down right.
Right.
And to do everything just right. It's still visually appealing.
Yeah,
and you know,
it's still good.
and you still get that raw grittiness of the fights, and like him getting cut up, him getting like
Oh yeah.
kicked back, and then right to the point where, so this is again like the first two movies. There's a baton and knife fight. He's like fighting three guys with a knife, and
Yeah.
then it gets to the point where they knock him down, and you have Sasha coming in with a fucking hook, and then getting it into his like fucking heel, and then
Yeah.
dragging him across, and
Yeah.
you feel that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
really
Yeah.
feel that.
At first, I was like, what is Sasha doing? Because he's riding around on this little scooter, whistling.
Yeah.
He's like whistling.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this guy's straight up villainry right here,
Yeah.
right? And then, like, you know, Homeboy was doing good. He was doing good at first as the one man army. We had some badass shit, but when they got to 3-on-1, he was not doing. He was getting his butt kicked, and then that's when Kit's like, fuck my orders from my dad. I'm going in to try to help. He runs in there. And we get more crazy action. But yeah, on the scooter, he hooks Louis Cruz's ankle, right?
Yeah, right.
And he starts
there.
dragging him. It's crazy. Yeah. He's screaming. He's like,
and then even holding for dear life. And then you hear like the bone and just the flesh tearing. On that scene, and he's just screaming loud, and you feel that nonstop. And I was just like, how the fuck? I know the kid's outside somewhere, but can you get here quicker? Because this is like, oh god.
Yeah, it was crazy. But then our boy Kit shows up, and the action's even cranked up more to 11. And the fight choreography is fucking badass.
Yes.
The camera work is amazing. The editing of this fights is just really good. I mean, the action gets even better when Kit shows up. I mean, we got bone breaking, leg slicing, knife fighting, right?
Like,
these are my notes.
Chopping off.
These are my notes. Right?
like even though this is like not even a hard R, but a hard R film for Hong Kong.
Yeah. Butcher knife fighting.
Butcher knife fighting, and he slices off a dude's hand, even though it's off camera. You know it's there, and you're just like, holy crap, this cop is not playing.
Right.
And on top of that,
earlier, here's a little clip that I forgot to play. This is look at how good this looks.
Yeah.
Fast. Look at the camera angle. Look at this motion. This how you fucking do it right here, right?
Yeah.
So if you thought this was good, just wait till they start brawling at the end, man. Like it is. Look at this camera work, right? You got an above camera shot right here. Above camera work. I mean, this is like top of the chain right here. Look at this.
Definitely.
This is the fucking shit. And I love Kit versus Sasha fight was amazing.
Oh yeah, like
oh my god!
Fight. Like from what I heard on Chris Collins' Instagram, they actually had like only 3 days, I think, 3 days of doing that. No, probably 1 day of doing that fight scene alone, and he ended up with a slightly broken back and broken nose from that fight.
Who did?
The guy that plays Sasha, Chris Collins.
Oh shit!
On his Instagram, stating,
well, they were going.
They were going hard.
They're going fucking hard, and there's that one part of the fight. I don't have a clip of it, but Kit tries to get his fucking head.
Yeah,
Sasha barely ducks out of the way, cuts the hat. He cuts the hat. Yeah. This is one take.
Yeah,
this is not a cut to another cut. No. He tries to decapitate him. Sasha barely gets out of the way. He's wearing his goofy hat.
Yeah.
And so Kit slices the hat off his head. The hat does this in midair. This is a fucking brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Like and this.
It's interesting how that fight scene alone, like like I said, it's a knife fight, and you get to see like this knife fight, like compared to these two, where it's one baton versus one knife, and then this one is like, nope, we're fucking doing two knives now, and I'm like,
look at this shit. Look at this.
Exactly.
Look at this shit right here.
In one shot,
you see nuts, dude.
Yeah,
this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is insane. Look at this.
For Wu Yu and Chris Collins to do that fight scene on the day and to know how to move and everything else, along with Sammo Hung directing them, that is pure Sammo
Best
Hung.
fight in the movie. This is just fucking. Look at this.
Like, and it's real too, especially getting that headbutt in right there.
Yeah.
And the part right after that where he tries to slice his head, like Kit's head down, and he just somersaults his way out and kicks him in the face out of there. I was like, damn. Yeah. That not realistic, but at the same time, it felt that. You felt that where it's like really beautifully done because of the choreography. And the groundingness of it.
Meanwhile, during all of this, we got the fucking raid team coming in there, blowing away all the bad guys. Yeah. Just taking out all the villains that are in there, all the little minions. But yeah, it was a thing of beauty. And then, our boy, Ku gets the final blow and takes out Sasha, which is great. But before he takes out Sasha, we're going to talk about this scene right here. And it's the scene where Kit basically tells Louis Koo what's going on and why, and basically that they needed his. You're not going to find your daughter. Yeah. They used your daughter's heart to save the mayor. And he told them that, and you could see, like, this is where again, you're getting some badass action and fight choreography, and you're getting the excitement too. But then you also getting that little extra meat of really good performance and acting and drama. You know what I mean? You get that as well in this. Which is why I separate this from Ip Man 2, 3, and 4.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just like there's the emotional content. The emotional content starts. And he slowly walks towards the what were they at
the cold storage portion of the medical or the surgery side of it.
Yes, and he slowly opens it up.
Oh yeah,
and it takes him a minute to bring up the courage to unveil the body to see if that's his daughter.
Yeah,
he slowly unveils it. He sees his daughter's body there. And the performance, the powerhouse performance from Louis Koo here is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I felt every tear. I felt every scream and rage. I screamed with him internally. Yeah. I felt it. And this was a very emotional and powerful scene.
Yes.
And I think this here also is another reason why people hate this movie. Because we're coming up with double whammies. And I have the list of the whammies. And we'll get to that afterwards.
All good.
But yeah, I felt everything right here. And I felt everything.
Like the first time I saw this film, I remember I tuned out just slightly from like when they were just getting away, and I was like, okay, they're gonna find the daughter because that's what everyone expects. And then when Kit actually said it, like, your daughter, they took her heart, and I was like, and exactly that look that Louis Koo gives to Kit was like, no, and I was like, no, they can't do this. This is a Hong Kong film and a China film, and the fact that they're catering to the U.S. market of trying to be all happy-go-lucky, and then that scene happens, I was like, oh my god, they did it. Holy shit. Okay, this movie's better. This movie's so much better than anything I've seen in the past, like, freaking 10 years. Like,
and
because it went that far.
It hits hard. And then he goes back and slowly cuts Sasha's neck. Just totally just... And I felt... I was that hand doing it with him. Just fucking... And, you know, it was very powerful. It was a very powerful scene. And then it gets even worse, you know, because the whole time the father-in-law of Kit's like, look, they're gonna fucking shut everything down. We're all in danger unless we get off this case.
Yeah.
We can't be on this case. So then all of a sudden, dad comes in, father-in-law comes in, and he shows on the cell phone. He's like, they got my daughter, they got your wife, and she's basically kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because the son won't back off.
Yeah.
And so Lewis does a very sacrificial thing. Kind of tricks Kit. They go to the mansion.
Yeah.
And he kind of tricks Kit there. He doesn't want Kit in the way. He ends up handcuffing Kit, and Kit's stuck in the car. And then he goes in the house, sneaks in, and he comes across
the mayor.
He comes across the mayor. And here's another unexpected, powerful scene. I was just like, God damn it, movie. God damn it. When he walks over, the mayor's, out. Because he's recovering from his surgery. And he's asleep. And the dad walks over. He has a pistol in his hand. He walks over and leans over and puts his ear on the chest of the mayor. And he hears his daughter's heart beating, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, man. Like fucking hell, man.
Especially that sense of, is he going to kill this guy? Especially that his daughter's heart. And you feel that to that emotion. And
then the guy who's just too fucking good to play these roles comes in.
Fucking Gordon Lamb comes in and tells him it's not his fault.
Yeah, he's like, he didn't even, the mayor doesn't even really know, literally, what happened. He's just like, I need a transplant, but I'm sure the mayor doesn't know where it comes from.
Yeah.
So, and he goes, why? He goes, why'd you do that? And he goes, well, what did he say?
He said
natural disasters happen all the time, and they don't give a fuck.
And
I was like, God damn.
And he literally said like heaven is indifferent. And I was just like, damn, that is not a villain line. He is kind of right, and it's scary that this guy is right.
Yeah. I was like, fuck. Well, he says, well, if something happens to me, he basically tells, to save Kit's wife, he's like, I'll take care of myself. So, but he ends up shooting this motherfucker, so he gets shot, and then again another triple, four, quadruple whammy. This happens.
Yeah, that scene alone, I was just like, when I saw that happen, I was like, okay, he killed Gordon Lamb, but what is it going to do here? And then it goes to like this flashback. This beautiful flashback that he has his daughter's phone as they're going to the mansion, and it's this like final like video that his daughter made talking about like who decides who lives and who dies, and she actually appreciates the bracelet too that he gave her, and it's like this final thing that he could finally feel at peace, because remember this whole ideal that he's been trying to save her. It's not because he was trying to save her, because all this stuff, he wanted to really apologize in a sense, and he never got that chance.
He never got the chance. And it's just like he takes himself out and ends up saving Kit's wife.
Yep.
And then we kind of forward through time a little bit, and Kit, his wife, has the baby, and everything's happy. And I love how, well, at least for Kit's family, I love how, again, we go back to the movie ends. Very good, great soundtrack. But the movie ends with a scene that happened earlier, where he's got Louis Koo in the car, and they're driving around trying to investigate. And he gets a call from his wife, and he's trying to calm his wife down, and she puts the phone to the baby, stomach.
Yes,
and he starts singing to her,
to the baby. Yeah,
and Louis Koo's thinking of him and his daughter. And the movie ends, and with a very wonderful soundtrack, and it's sad. It's sad. It's tragic. But it still, ends very well, in my opinion.
Definitely. I agree.
And, it's just, even earlier, there was another emotional scene I forgot to talk about, when he finds his daughter, when he unveils her. He puts the bracelet back on her. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. And that's Paradox. That's Paradox.
Paradox
and it's heavy. It's heavy, but at times it's action packed. At times it's exciting. but it's very, very different. And for me, everyone is different, but for me, different is good when it comes to this.
Exactly.
And here's the 5 whammies
Right,
I put down.
Let's get to the whammies.
Everybody in the world except me, you, and I think a couple other people here tonight like this movie.
We converted to the Church of
That's right.
Now.
Yes. So daughter kidnapped for human trafficking. First double whammy. Second double whammy. Tony Jaa killed in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Third double whammy. The mother getting killed in the flashback.
Yes.
Fourth double whammy. The mission is they failed.
Yes.
They fail in their mission. And how many times do you watch movies where the hero fails?
Exactly.
They failed in their mission, and he finds his daughter dead. And the fifth double whammy, he kills himself. It's a lot of whammies.
Yeah.
For people to handle. Could you imagine a movie like this coming out over here in America?
Yeah, everyone hated it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, apparently everyone hated it when it was released. What's wrong with that?
Oh, God. Could you imagine Taken, and then this is the ending? Taken has. People will be like, I want my money back, man. Fuck this movie.
Like, I remember watching the first Taken, and I'm just, like, sitting there going, like, okay, a guy with set of skills fucking does all this shit. I don't believe it. At least here, it's like, because I kept thinking, what would happen if a guy that didn't have any skills had to find his daughter? And this was it. This was literally it, because he has no like connection to what is happening.
I've heard it's a fantastic film. I've always wanted to see it. It's in my queue. It's called Blue Ruin. Have you seen that?
I think I've heard of that one, and it was made by Jeremy Saulnier, who did Green Room, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I heard it's just one of those. I'll get to it. It's just been in the queue forever. But I heard Blue Ruin's really good because Blue Ruin is kind of like a regular Joe who's got no skills going out there for revenge. Mm-hmm. But I heard it's a really good movie. So maybe me and you could watch it and talk about it in the future one day.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, look, I'm going to show I understand. Okay, yeah. I'm going to show the Movie Dojo Army poll results. Now, surprise! There was only on the That Fat Samurai Guy page. There's only like 4 votes for people who wanted it, but nobody else voted. So not a lot of votes here, but I wanted to show it anyway. So four other people said it should be higher than 26%. And in the community page, it got slaughtered. The Movie Dojo Army's like, fuck this movie, which is fine.
Yeah,
it's perfectly fine. We can all agree to disagree here, but yeah, they agreed that it's a bunch of shit. Mm-hmm. They're posting this on social media. There were people in the comments like, "Fuck this movie." Tony Jaa got killed in 2 minutes. I don't care about this movie. I turned it off. They didn't even give it a chance.
Yeah,
exactly. They just left after that. And you know what? That's fine. To each his own. To each his own. That's fine. We're not here to hate on them.
No.
But let's be honest here. So I mean, when you think of 26% out of 100 movies, is it really that bad? Is it really that low?
And
as 26%, because when 26% is not that far from zero.
Exactly.
Like, we're talking trash.
Yeah.
Was this movie maybe disappointing? But was it trash?
No. And that's why I have a cousin that always asks me about certain films. Like, what do you think of this film? And Rotten Tomatoes says this. And that's why I said I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, because it is literally a bunch of critics and audience members that just go like, yeah, this movie sucks. And then you watch the movie that you wanted to see, and it's like, how's this trash?
Right.
Like,
yeah,
like the tomato, like everyone was waiting for the tomato meter for Justice League when it first came out, like,
right,
and then when it slowly like started coming out, everyone was like, oh yeah, this was horrible, this was horrible, this was horrible, and that's why I was like, don't listen to like,
right.
That's my preference. I don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes or even read it, because I'm like,
right,
why bother if you're gonna let other people's opinions like defer you to watching a film?
And and everybody who watched this video tonight, we appreciate you hanging out and liking the video and watching it with us. But even if you disagree with us, it's perfectly fine. You guys have your own opinion. If you hate this movie, that's fine.
Exactly.
but is it trash? I mean, I'm sure if Kyle had the power to reverse, I'm sure he would have picked Triple X, Return of Xander Cage, to be in this spot as trash, right?
God.
But trash. You know, we have fantastic performances here. You know,
Yeah.
great soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
Really good fight choreography here. And a realistic story that felt real, and there was that emotional content, and it wasn't overdone to where it was sappy. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like you get the message. Do you get the message?
Exactly.
It wasn't.
Not just shoving it down your throat. Like, yeah, you will watch this, you will enjoy it. You get it? Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Here's another thing that this film was nominated twice for Best Action Choreography.
Oh,
and
nice.
Best Actor for Louis Koo in Hong Kong Awards, and they both won it.
Oh shit! All right.
So basically, almost the Chinese Oscars, they actually won Best Action Choreography and Best Actor, and I'm like,
okay.
So,
all right.
How do you?
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we got other fans here. There you go. Eric's like, no way in hell this is as low as 26% from the audience. From the audience. Just want to remind everyone that. It's not the usual bullshit Rotten Tomato critics. This is from the audience.
Audience. Hated it.
We got another fan here. All right. So we got some fans. We're not alone. That's awesome. I mean, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, we're not saying like this is the perfect movie.
No.
But it's enjoyable enough where you get the action, you get the entertainment, but it stays with you.
Yes, it really stays with you. Like, you never expect an action movie to hit hard like that.
No.
At all. Like as we talked about, SPL 1, when it first came out, we never expected it to, because it takes a long time to get to the action. It really takes a long time to get to the action. But it takes that time to actually develop all the characters. And this was like back to a time where I was like, oh, it's Donnie Yen. We haven't seen him in a while. And then here he is, just fucking doing everything. And you're like, okay, this film is actually really legit. And you felt it because you never expected Donnie Yen to fall out of a window in the film. Spoiler alert for SPL 1.
Yeah. Another movie we absolutely love.
Yes.
But here's the thing, though. Despite all the 5 whammies that we went over, you know, like I said, this movie had great pacing, soundtrack was great, cinematography was great, directing was great, acting was great, action was great, and you got to remember all the villains died.
Yeah, all the villains died. Like, literally, all the villains died.
Yeah, and it kind of ends on a positive ending with Kit and his wife.
It's just literally walking away from it all, and that's as happy as it's gonna get.
Yeah, and in some movies, the villains win.
Exactly,
and that's how it ends. You know what I mean? So in this one, I mean, at least the villains die. I mean, you know, like they get theirs. You know what I mean? So, okay, we got another fan here. All right, awesome. There you go. Kudos to Wilson Yip. I kind of wish Wilson Yip made more movies of this caliber.
Yeah.
Instead of, Ip Man 569 movies. But we're still fans of the guy, though.
Definitely. Like,
don't get me wrong.
I definitely could not believe, like, he made this film after doing Yip Man 3. And I was just like, it was like a total palate cleanser of just, holy crap, he could actually do this type of film again. And
right.
Because this is like the film, like the first film was literally like what jumpstarted him to do like modern takes. Like, here's SPL and then Flashpoint, and then we'll talk about the little elephant in the room of Dragon Tiger Gate. But then we go into the Ip Man movies, and it's just like, we're just doing this because we're under contract now to do Ip Man movies. But then we get to...
You didn't like Dragon Tiger Gate? I thought it was it's a comic book movie.
That is a comic book movie, which I thought was fine, but then when you really get down to it, it's just like, holy crap, this is... You have Donnie Yen with long swoop hair, and he's just like, hey, I'm trying to be...
He's trying to be cool. He's trying to be cool. I'm hanging out with the 18-year-olds.
Exactly.
I could be their dad, but you know.
It's literally like the Steve Buscemi kind of thing where he's just like, "What's up, my young kid?"
Oh man, yeah. So
Eric,
that's
you're killing me with this.
what do you say? Hold
It's a
on.
Dragon Tiger Gators.
Here we go. What Sexy Sumo says.
Yeah.
Definitely need to check these out. I felt teary-eyed just hearing your description.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, when you watch this film, you really do pay attention to certain things, like the attention to detail so much. Like there's no loose ends in this film, and when I first watched it originally, like I was slightly tuning out because I knew it was going to be that Hollywood ending that everyone thinks he's going to get his daughter back in the end, and then the second you know, he's in that fucking freezer, opening it up, and then there's the body, and you're just like,
yeah. The 5 whammies.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that are new out there, if you can get past the 5 whammies, you'll enjoy the movie. But you know, it's all good. You know, everyone, to each his own. Apples and oranges. But despite all the hate the movie gets, 26% trash. Obviously, right? We're gonna we're gonna represent that it's nice to have something different for a change, even if it's heavy. Even if it's heavy, it's nice to have different. So Paradox for us gets a pass for today. It gets a pass. It is not as low as 26% trash. It is not that bad, but we did enjoy it. So
definitely, and I actually found out.
Who gave this movie 26%? I'm pissed off. It's all good.
I did find out, too, why this film did not make #1 in China, too, because technically another Chinese film actually got #1 at that time, and it was Wolf Warrior 2, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I could be angry about that.
Talk about a complete opposite of genre.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Wolf Warrior 2, and it's still topping the charts, and this opens up as #2. I'm like, you know, I can't be mad at that.
Yeah. At least it's #2, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Wolf Warrior, when is Wolf Warrior 3 coming out? You think that would have came out already?
Yeah, and depending on what Wu Jing's doing, I think he's kind of busy with, like, 3 other movies, and then even trying to do Wolf Warrior 3, and then doing The Wandering Earth 2 also. Which I don't know how that's possible. So he's just busy. Yeah,
so he's just busy. He's the new Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
He's going to make 8 movies a month.
and then become Louis Koo right after that. He's going to become Louis Koo of this, knowing, like, yep, this is going to be my movie now.
So what would the Hollywood version of Paradox be? How would that go? The ending.
Oh, God. The ending of Hollywood Paradox would be like, okay, so there would be a ton of loose ends. Like, there would be no, like, prostitute character to help him out. Somehow he would know how to get everything, because it's not the John Everyman character that knows how to, that doesn't know how to do things for himself. He just does it. Like, it's exactly like coincidences in fucking SPL2. It's exactly like that. And the next thing you know, right at the end, like, okay, so we get there right before they're going to cut my daughter's heart out. We're going to kill all these guys. And the next thing I know, oh no, Kit's wife gets kidnapped. They go do like a fucking big bombastic dumbass shit explosion shit where they start raiding the whole house, and then they like probably like look at the mayor. They kill the assistant, but they look at the mayor and then probably go like, you know what? We'll just let you die of natural causes, and then walk away. And then everyone gets on a plane alone, and then fucking Kit and his wife finally...
and then Tony Jaa and his daughter. You know, we'll have the daughter in the Hollywood version be older. Yeah. Tony Jaa and the daughter get married.
Exactly. that's the fucking Hollywood ending that probably everyone wanted, and I'm just like, this is horrible.
This is horrible.
This is horrible. You just shit on this whole film, like I don't. That's exactly why I say like certain Hollywood remakes should not have been done. Like, oh god.
Oh, it's all like, good. We're just having fun now.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, speaking of remakes, I even thought about this because I don't know if you'll ever do this. Infernal Affairs.
Yeah.
First Infernal Affairs versus The Departed.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll talk later and pick a date.
Because I can think about that one, going like, Okay. I remember watching this a long time ago,
Yeah.
like the
Don't
original trilogy.
don't get mad at me with my choice.
My all I can say is I still, even though I watch it here and there,
Yeah.
I I respect Martin Scorsese, what he did,
Right.
but
Right.
I don't like The Departed. I don't. I don't.
Oh.
I will support the original Infernal Affairs forever.
It's gonna be interesting. Future versus episode in the works, folks. You're getting exclusive right now. We don't have a date yet.
No.
I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of the Venom mob crew is gonna want to show off for that one.
Yeah.
But which will be fun. It'll be fun. We'll do that in the future. We'll see.
Definitely.
I've always wanted to see. I love Reservoir Dogs. I love Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs might be my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yes.
I've never seen City on Fire. Is City on Fire or City of Fire? I think it's
City on Fire, and I could attest to that too. That I have not watched City on Fire.
I've never seen that, but that's what Reservoir Dogs idea came from.
Yeah.
That's interesting. We'll see.
We'll definitely see, because there's a lot where it's like, yeah, what can we choose that we could do in the verses, but also just like, especially like you said, remakes. It's just, if there was a Hollywood remake of this film, I'd just be like, no. It'd be watered down.
I would laugh hysterically. Hollywood remake of Paradox.
I just feel like, why don't you just make Taken again? Or better not, why don't you just remake, like, we're making a Sleeping Dogs live action film. Oh, so you're making Special ID again.
Again. Special ID 2, Sleeping Dogs.
Exactly. There you go. That's what it is.
Well, segue, since we're talking about verses right now, don't forget, chat, this Thursday, big one, big panel, big versus episode. These versus episodes are getting bigger and better every week. It's going to be the classic Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury versus Jet Li's Fist of Legend. And the whole Venom Mob crew is going to be there. And, some guy by the name of Rick Myers. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I have. And
I haven't heard. You're supposed to say no. I never heard of that guy. No. World Martial Art Hall of Famer, screenwriter, actor. The guy's done pretty much everything. Yeah. He's awesome. He's hilarious. Kung Fu Santa will be with us this Thursday as well. So this is a big deal for the channel. It's always a big deal when Kyle's here anyway. But to have Kyle and Rick is going to be hilarious. And I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up for today. Is there anything else? Anything else you got coming out, or you got to be on the hush right now? I can't tell anybody.
All I could say is everyone better watch Paradox, because all I could say is, like, when my film Night Watch comes out, you're gonna see how this film actually inspired Night Watch.
Night Watch, baby.
Yeah.
But
all I could say is, everyone, I'm glad that everyone came out to listen to us on this about and literally saying, like, Paradox, it's such a great fucking film. I cannot fathom. Yes, I could forgive the Bollywood shit. I could, like, the Bollywood falling anti-gravity shit. I could forgive like slightly some weird like
you can forgive Tony Jaa being in the movie for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes.
But it is such a solid story, all solid acting, all solid cinematography, soundtrack. Everything is in this film that you would just be like, okay, I feel everything. And those who actually didn't give it a chance, it's time to give it a chance again, because this is once in a lifetime film that you will feel like it's not just like this generic action film. It's a action film with actual emotional content and balls.
That's right. And both.
Yeah.
You get both. So check out Paradox. If you haven't seen it, it's actually on Amazon Prime right now for free on Amazon Prime. So go and check it out. They have it in English and original language. Check it out. And I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thank you, all you badasses, the Movie Dojo Army. Thanks for watching, liking the video, hanging out. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the old Phat Samurai Guy. That's right, me. A lot of cool, awesome content coming real soon to the channel, as always. And Kyle, my brother from another mother, hanging out, doing his. I think I had you earlier. I think I had you, man. I don't know. I was going to do Muay Thai in it. I was going to do some Muay Thai.
Just got a knee in there.
A Duke it? Can we do a Street Fighter? Can we do Street Fighter?
Because I would be done for that.
Yeah, but thanks again being here, and I'll see you. I'll see you in a couple of days. You'll be back
Definitely.
here on the channel Thursday for the Versus episode.
Of course.
And it's always a blast. You guys hanging out with us. We see you badasses next time. Paradox.